Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for joining me in today's video. So this is going to be your general reading of, you get to kind of pick a deck. This is going to be your general reading for the week of August 2nd to August the 8th, I believe. And it will be focusing on your money and your career aspirations. See sort of how you're doing there, any general messages that kind of come up from spirit, see sort of what's up with all of that. So what I would like you to do is we're going to go through just getting your energy centered a little bit, and then you can kind of take a look at pile number 1, 2, and 3. See which one you resonate with, and then we can kind of get started with your reading. Before we do, I actually would like to, well, first of all, if you're brand new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you are here. We have a tarot reading right now on this new schedule every single day, and each day we focus on a different area of your life. We also chat about planning, minimal planning, and green beauty, anything holistic living that can kind of tie into living a better, more holistically driven life. We're all about that life. So consider subscribing if you have not yet already. And if you hit the notification bell, you get actually notified every time I release a new video. So there you have it. Okay. Why don't we just get started? So I would like to take a moment to just cleanse before we do anything else. If you're wondering about the candle, oh my goodness, this is a wooden wick candle in like this really beautiful glass jar. I can link them in the description below. It's made by Path to Wellness. Super cute. And if you're hearing cooing in the background, that's because my little boy is also joining us. So please don't mind the sound. He's only tiny once. So let's take a look. I want you to take a deep breath. Get your feet firmly ground on the ground and take a deep breath through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let's do that one more time. One last time. Now take a look at which deck you're drawn to, and then look in the timestamp in the description so you can hop on over to the section that is for you. Okay, if you have picked group number 1, then this reading is going to be for you. So right off the bat, we have the Hierophant. I would like to kind of read the description from Kim Krans because she does such a fantastic job. It's a mentor and seeking knowledge. In its simplest form, the Hierophant represents a mentor or teacher. This card signifies a hunger for knowledge. Yeah, as you can tell, there's a key. It is in particular a spiritual realm. You've come as far as you can on your own. Now it's time to deepen your practice, and don't hesitate to join a class or go to a workshop. Don't be afraid of new experiences. A new ceremony or ritual may prove to be both comforting and rewarding. Open your heart and your teacher will soon appear. Now, when it comes to your career, right, this might actually be like someone in authority where you're seeking, they're sort of mentoring you. So let's see how that's going to kind of come up for you. Here's Charles Ponzi. Keep your conviction even when facing multiple. Got rich quick, leave town quicker, and don't get buried in pyramid you build. To me, it's sort of like, again, we have that really beautiful opposition happening where here you're invited to seek an actual teacher or mentor, someone who is, I don't know, like this can kind of be interpreted both ways. So I will see sort of what else is kind of coming up with the rest of the cards. But here, like, I personally sort of feel like you're seeking a mentor rather than, you know, like it's an authority figure, like your superior that you're kind of looking, or your superior is teaching you. This is more like you seeking a mentor or someone who can kind of guide you along your career path or professionally, like help, like do some more personal development. And to me, this is all about Charles Ponzi was, he obviously he created the Ponzi scheme, but he also created the pyramid scheme. But the pyramid scheme in itself is not a bad thing. It's basically, to me, the underlying message here is that you are sort of like moving up in the ladder, like moving up on in the corporate ladder type of thing. But also, it's sort of like, it's an invitation here to just not get sucked in to, like, don't work for a company or don't get sucked into a project that you really don't have much passion for. And let's see what the Oracle has to say. We have breathe, light, and just ask. So breathe, it's a couple of things. Breathe, and a breath is like the only thing that you really have between your mind and your, and like the body and the soul connection. Breath is the only thing that really connects the conscious and the subconscious mind, and that's one of the ways that you can kind of control that. But here, when we're looking at how does all of that relate to your career, to me this almost feels like you literally need to like lighten up the load and take a breath, right? And you have to kind of look at things from a lighter perspective. So, and with being in the light, it's one of those things where it's almost like some of you are going to be shifting because you can't breathe perhaps under the pressure, like you're trying to kind of work your way up on that corporate ladder, and here you're sort of being invited to kind of look at like exactly what actually ignites passion, because you might not be passionate about the thing that you're doing, and that's probably why you might feel like you're not able to like really manifest abundance the way that you really want to. There are many here in the spirit world that can assist you at this time. We are made up of divine source, your loved ones, your friends, your guides, angels, and spirit helpers who are waiting to assist you. We are your spiritual team, and all you have to do is ask for help and guidance. So maybe some of you are just feeling kind of confused as to which direction you should go into or how to truly manifest abundance in your life. And here Spirit is sort of inviting you to really ask for signs, right? Ask for that guidance from outside sources, not so much asking for guidance from people that you work with. I'm more getting that from like signs, as in really it's like having a sense of surrender and then offering that up to the universe so that you can kind of see, okay, which direction should I be moving into? Now, before we move any further, I actually have a plot twist for you. So here we go. Remember, I told you that there's going to be a plot twist, but here we are. So let's go back and talk about this for just one moment. If you are one of those people where you're really finding that you've been trying to kind of work your way up on that ladder, but perhaps this is your sort of reminder right now that you're not making as much progress as you really want to. The other thing that I really wanted to mention is that sometimes we forget how to tap into our own inner light and how to kind of follow that, right? So right now, I would, out of all the things that I've told you so far, this would probably be the most important, where you're just asking. There are many here in the spirit world that are here to assist you, and sometimes we forget that there's actually guidance that's available to us outside of this three-dimensional realm, right? Here's what the tarot has to say about all of this. Page of Pentacles, the Emperor, and Five of Pentacles. It's almost like right now you're creating this balancing act, and whether the balancing act is coming from you shifting or you developing maybe the mentorship piece, or that seeking is actually coming from you developing a new skill set so that you can create more financial balance and financial freedom for yourself. You're standing on one leg, you're trying to literally balance it all. But then for some of you, I also kind of feel like maybe some of you, you're actually going to be more like starting your own business, running your own business. Maybe it's going to be one of those things where you are going to be the boss. You're going to be creating something that is something new, and maybe it's going to be within the spiritual realm. And but at the same time, you also have to kind of take a look at, again, look, there's two keys, right? So here you're sitting on the key that opens the door, right? You're literally looking at it like, why do I feel so trapped? So some of you might be feeling trapped right now, but the thing is that the key essentially that opens those doors are within you, right? Or it's going to be within the thing that you're going to be learning, or that path that you're going to take. But honestly, follow what actually lights you up. Follow the thing that actually makes you feel passionate and excited, rather than something that kind of makes you feel like it's just like this endless ladder that actually only benefits the top 1%, right? And last but not least, the crystal that can kind of help you for this week is Apholite. Hopefully I pronounced it right. It's not so much the name that matters, like look how stunning that crystal is. And it's all about staying positive. Again, following that light that actually lights you up. That's sort of what you need to really follow for this week. Ultimately, your message is that if you want to kind of get out of that 9 to 5, working your way up the ladder, that mindset, and really follow what actually lights you up and allows you to breathe. To me, breath, it goes back to giving you that freedom that you really crave. Then you need to follow, not only like ask for the signs, but then take action towards that area. So this is what I have for you. Stay tuned until the end. I will put a timestamp below. Stay tuned until the end so that I can give you the overall underlying message for what you can take as a collective within your financial freedom. So let's hop over. Okay, group number 2. If you picked group number 2, then this is going to be your reading. So let's first begin with this major arcana with the Hangman. See what's happening there. The Hangman is sacrifice and letting go. Many people talk about the art of letting go, but what does it really mean? And how do you achieve it? The Hangman has all of the answers. He's the master of non-attachment. And this card implies there is a sacrifice or a difficult or painful situation coming up in your life. And though you naturally want to resist and struggle through it, be more like the Hangman and find stillness, open your eyes, and use this new perspective to learn something. You're stuck here either way. What do you need to let go? What's holding you back? Outsized vision, handheld products. Users can be choosers and have a reputation for having a reputation. Okay. Thanks, Steve Jobs. Always remember that your soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul is your true essence, and you have unlimited supply of soul power, and you come in whenever you're needed. I think that for some of you, it's like you're going through this shift where maybe you're changing either the way that you approach your career, or you're literally changing careers because there's a sense of letting something go. Life devoid of passion can be a boring, uninspired blank canvas that slowly drains your soul. Now it's time to reignite your passion and rejoice for life. This is an opportunity to set new goals, which will then turn and reconnect you with all that is sacred. I think some of you are literally in like a soul-sucking job. Like you're literally feel like that energy from your soul is just like you can't bear it anymore. And you are just not sure if you should let go or not. This is time to absorb the healing properties of nature has to offer, and your mind, body, and soul needs nourishment, energy, revitalization and strength. Nature has much to offer, so take this time to connect and spend some quality time outdoors. I think that some of you really need to get grounded again because you're at a job that you really, it's not that you hate it, but you just have a much bigger vision for yourself. Like I do see it with the Steve Jobs. And I also see that you want something more, right? I see that you want something more, you want something bigger. Perhaps you want to start, maybe it's a YouTube channel, like you want to be known for something. But I think that where you are right now is, it literally feels like it's sucking the living soul out of you. And you're just, and you might feel stuck. Like there is no other option. The thing is that you're stuck either way. But I think that here you're being more invited to be more flexible in letting it go rather than being so rigid in hanging on to something that doesn't actually make you happy or inspire passion. Let's see what else we can get here. Let's do a little bit of a plot twist like this. I told you that there's a plot twist coming, group number 2. So here's the thing. I think that not only do you feel stuck, but you're also kind of feeling like there's that sense of darkness, right? Where you might be feeling like, I'm not sure what else I can do, right? There's definitely that sense of like, just come and fix it for me, right, guys? A couple of things that you're being reminded, and I think that these speak volumes. One is inspire passion, and the other one is soul power. I think that when you look deep down into your soul, if you look deep down and you connect back to like, how do you function, you find that that you're a lot more powerful. And I think that's why this has come up for you this week. It's go time. Like, it's not a rehearsal, guys. You're absolutely being reminded that right now it's go time. You need to really get going and start manifesting your dreams, right? But you have to do something that actually makes you feel like that fire underneath you, that you're so excited to get to do you get to do the thing. You're not having to do the thing, you get to do it becomes, it's almost like the sense of service, right? Like it's like the sense of duty almost, right? I mean, at the end of the day, is there like more hard work that's happening? Yes, absolutely there is. And like, let me see what the tarot has to say. What more messages? Oh my goodness. Okay, so first we have the Sun in reverse. Like you're dying to do this thing. Like for some of you, it's almost like you're dimming your light, and right now here's your message. Hear it loud and clear. You cannot dim your light. You are born to shine, you guys. You are, not only are you born to shine, but also the way that you're gonna get there is through the things that light you up. It's not going to be through climbing up a corporate ladder where you feel like it's literally sucking the living soul out of you. You know what I mean? So there is one thing. The other thing is that build on top of what you already know. Build on top of what you already know. Here, you can still make progress, make baby steps, but start working on it rather than contemplating it. Because if you're just constantly like considering it, but isn't that funny? I mean, like talk about alignment. You have the sun and then you're working towards the light. And then here you have the fire. And that's what we're working towards. Like here, you're climbing literally towards igniting your passion. And if you do, then you're going to be making progress. And you have the strength of the lion. But you need to kind of find it. Like you need to, it's up to you to kind of reignite that within you. Nobody else can kind of do that for you. You're the only one that can kind of reignite that. And to help you for this week, if you have crystals and you work with crystals and you find them healing, the one that can help you this week to do just that is pink opal. And the message here is be kind to yourself. So take your time, get out there in nature, see what are some of the grounding activities that you can do that will help you, that can help you reconnect back to your true essence. What are the things that really light you up? What I'm kind of seeing is almost like you're going on some sort of a soul searching journey where you really can kind of figure out, like try out a bunch of different things and see sort of what actually light you up. Work with your crystals if you do use them and they resonate with you, but ultimately the message is to not only to be a little bit kinder to yourself, but also stop staying at a job and stop chasing the money that's really not making you happy right now. Go after the things that actually make you feel really joyful and passionate about doing the work that you do, because it makes a world of a difference. And stay tuned until the end of this video, you guys. You can hop on over. I left a timestamp below for a collective message that I have for all of you. So let's go. We're on to group number 3, you guys. So if you have picked group number 3, then this is going to be your reading. First and foremost, let's take a look at the 7 of Cups. I always love reading her stuff, because it's just something emotionally is definitely going to be coming up for you guys. So Father of Cups, Sun. 7 of Cups, it's an illusion and a deception. I mean, yeah, like with the cup being upside down. 7 of Cups is not the most welcome card. It indicates that you'll face temptation in many aspects of your life, whether it's cheating for pleasure or for money. And you'll soon realize that you've been building a house of cards, and you may feel as though you can see clearly, can judge right from wrong or up from down. And this is the spell of the 7 of Cups. It's best to remove yourself for a while. Step back until you can see straight again. What kind of illusions are coming up for you? For some of you. My goodness. Okay, let's see. Here's what I see, right? I think that for some of you, you're literally getting these intuitive hits that you need to let go of your job because something isn't right. You bought into this idea that if you do this, if you take this position or if you do this type of job, then it will bring you this level of abundance when you're taken care of. And it gives you this idea that you're doing this because it gives you, because in your mind you're strong, right? Or you're, not so much that you're strong, like strength is, it comes from like this inner strength. But the thing is that when we're in this illusion thinking that we are a certain way, or we are going to be taking on this persona, right? And you're kind of just finding that like that's not really how it actually is, right? Like it might. Here's what letting go is all about. Once you let go of the outcome, you'll be able to release the emotional constraints that have held you back in the past. Trust in the higher good of the guidance of spirit, and we have only your best intentions at heart, and we'll do everything in our power to protect you. Basically here you're getting all 3 of these messages are all about the same thing. To just, you have to release this wanting to control everything. And I think that I think that you got into your head, for some of you, that if you control every aspect of how things go, then you will be abundant, or it will give you a sense of control, right? Control will give you control, but really control actually just prisons you in. Strength comes from many sources. Staying strong brings confidence, conviction, and it gives you a balanced body, mind, and soul. And spirit has its own unique and beautiful way of replenishing your soul, and with strength and on a continual basis. You're never really alone, as we're always with you. So spirit is giving you that inner strength to be able to let things go, because I think that you might feel like you can't let go, right? Like you're hanging on to something, whether you're hanging on to this job because of security or position or the way people perceive you, whatever it is, you bought into an illusion that is just not serving you. Like ultimately it's not really serving you. And intuitively you're sort of feeling that too, right? Where you're just like, ugh, something is just not right. Let's see what success messages we have here for you. Flex your asset, frugality in excess, and the system needs a protein shakeup. So Arnold Schwarzenegger is a wonderful example of what happens when you put a lot of grit and you put, especially when a lot of things it seems like they're stacked against you. I think that instead of being so attached to this idea of abundance and success, the way that most of you would understand it, here he kind of reminds us that only you can create the change that you really want to create in the world, but you have to do it in a way that you're leaving a positive footprint behind, and you're actually going from a place of strength rather than a place of lack, right? And intuitively, I think you'll kind of feel it too, where you're feeling like something isn't right. I don't like the direction that things are going into, and you sort of want to make that change, but you're just not sure how, right? Here's the underlying message. You are stronger than you think. Don't get sucked into the illusion that you may have bought into, like these games that they are playing at work. Or it's almost like it's not so much that they're playing it at work, but just like systematically we're being played that same message of, if you do this, like you're going to be so abundant, or if you do that, then there's like all of this hidden success, right? That somehow, like, you know, other people have a secret where really it's not real, right? Intuitively, I think that you know what you need to do. Find how you can kind of stretch a dollar, but also find a way to kind of use what you have rather than feel like you need to accumulate more. That's what I'm getting. And before we move on to the tarot, I have a plot twist for you. Number 3 and 1, 2. So here's the thing. I think that you bought into this idea, and intuitively you sort of feel like something is a little bit off, right? So I think that you bought into this idea of what abundance means to you, or how you want your career to unfold, but then it's not only is it not happening, but you kind of feel like you got fooled. Like it's almost like when you realize like, oh shit, like I totally thought that this was something else. I don't know how I got played, right? Basically, whether you realize it or not that it's an illusion, it really is an illusion. So that's what you're being reminded of. And it's almost like less but better. Ultimately, less but better. Find less but put in the work rather than constantly feeling like you need to consume more, right? And the money always follows. Here we go. Fool upside down. So in reverse, you have your 6 of Cups also in reverse, and then you have 8 of Swords. All right. You want to take a leap of faith, but I feel like you can't, or you're scared, or you don't know how to really listen to that intuition that kind of tells you that you should. And then at the same time, we have this idea of you are kind of looking back on how things have been, like all of the work that you have done at your career, like look at all the years, like look how far I've come, but you're not coming far. That's the thing, that like keep this in mind, that you have this and then you have this. It's asking you to let it go, something you need to release. And it's not necessarily that you need a new job or you need a new way of managing your money, but something, you're being fooled by something, right? You're being bought into an illusion. And especially when you look back, like look when I started. It's sort of like when you have worked for a company for so long and then you realize you no longer see yourself there, or it's no longer in alignment. And then that's also causing you a lot of heartache, but also it makes you feel like you're trapped, right? Like literally it makes you feel like you're trapped, but you're not trapped. You just need to like loosen your grip a little bit on things so that you know what areas of your life you need to really let go of. And to see what crystal can actually help you along this week, if you do work with crystals, if you're working with crystals, you have amazonite. Work with the amazonite. Its ultimate message is loosen your grip. What do you need to loosen your grip on, right? What is it that you're clinging on to that's no longer serving you? This would be the week to kind of release that so you can, I mean, you have literally that and you have letting go. You have two different forms of messages that are kind of telling you the same underlying message, that you need to kind of learn how to release things, how to let them go because they're not serving you the way that you thought that they were serving you, which means that you're actually changing and evolving. Way to go in evolving and expanding and just learning how to shape, shift, and change and evolve with times, right? Because what you have started many years ago as a career, it might not be in alignment anymore, and it's totally fine. Maybe you'll probably stay with the same company. For some of you, you might stay with the same company as you did before, but like it's just something needs to shift. You need to like maybe let go of that position, what have you. This is all I have for you, group number 3. And final thoughts. What do I have for all 3 groups here? So final thoughts is this. Okay, here's your message for this week as an underlying message for the collective. Your underlying message for this week that you should focus on is to know and go with the signs of what area are you being directed to. There's always a sign where you feel lit up, where you can tap into excitement and joy and your passion, and know when you need to almost like loosen your grip a little bit on things and stop being so clingy about them, and know when you need to let things go. So this way you can actually expand and evolve with spirit. This is all I have for you guys. I hope that this new format has resonated with you guys. Let me know in the comments what you thought, because I would love to know how you're enjoying some of these readings. And let me know which group you picked and if it has resonated. I would love to hear from you guys. If you have enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as of right now, our new schedule is that each day there is a new reading that focuses on a different aspect or different area of your life. So make sure that you check that out and hit the notification bell. That way you actually get notified every time I release a new video. And in the meanwhile, just keep seeking wellness seekers, and I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video.